Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. Today, we once more have a lawsuit update, and it kind of feels weird because we had the really interesting Ripple hearing earlier today, but right now, there's more information about the lawsuit in a different part of it. SEC v. Ripple, SEC seeks to file a single up to 60-page response to individual defendants' motion to dismiss. Ripple does not consent, and a written opposition is expected from Ripple, according to the SEC letter down below. Here's a small little letter which reads, and again guys, this is breaking news, it just came out an hour ago. Plaintiff SEC respectfully seeks permission to file a single brief not exceeding 60 pages, rather than two separate briefs not exceeding 30 pages each, in response to individual defendants Chris Larsen and Brad Garlinghouse's separate motions to dismiss. Pursuant to this court's March 18th order, the SEC's briefs in opposition to the motions are due on May 14th. Pursuant to Rule 3D of this court's individual practices, each of the SEC's two briefs may be up to 30 pages long to avoid duplication in the SEC's opposition to the motions which present certain overlapping issues. The SEC respectfully requests that it be permitted to file a single brief in opposition to not exceed 60 pages. Counsel for the individual defendants have informed the SEC that they do not consent to this request for reasons the SEC anticipates they will address in the opposing paper. So, to summarize this one, the SEC has requested to kind of merge Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larsen's, okay, let me actually explain a little bit more than that. Chris Larsen and Brad Garlinghouse both filed a motion to dismiss, which is basically to dismiss the whole lawsuit against them. Now, it's always a back and forward. They can request to put up a motion, then once that has been granted, they put up the motion, then the SEC gets to respond, and then Ripple gets to respond to that one again. Right now, Ripple gave their initial motion after it got approved. That's basically phase 2 now. Now, the SEC can respond again, and then Ripple can respond. So, right now, we are waiting for an SEC document, and even though they have until May 14th, it usually is 30 pages each. And they're saying, okay, you know what? Let's not do 30 pages for both of them. Let's do 60 pages for one. And the problem I see as well is that the SEC is trying to cut some corners, which is logical. But then again, I'm also a little bit afraid that they want to just bundle Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larsen together, throw them both over one pair of shears, and literally just make a really big monologue of 60 pages where, again, the 30 pages is going to be for both, but then kind of smaller. Let me explain that a little bit better. So right now, if you have 30 pages per person, you can only write a certain amount of offensive stuff to them. If you're going to bundle them together and make it 60 pages long to eliminate some of the duplication, well, what's the point of that? You're just going to make the original arguments then a lot stronger by having more text because, 2 times 30 pages or 1 times 60, what's the difference going to be if you're going to file those two things separately anyway? What's the difference? I don't really get it. If you post one document or two, if it's still going to be maximum 60 pages, then why not just 2 of 30, But that's just my thought about this one. I don't really get it. James says, I should have said counsel for individual defendants don't consent. I think we will see a relatively straightforward explanation from the individual defendants soon. Best to hear the exact reasons from them than it is to guess. Somebody asked, thank you for the kind update. May I ask if another hearing next week or when? James said, Ripple, the individual defendants, and the SEC have to respond to John Deaton's motion to intervene on Monday, May 3rd. So that's the first thing coming up. And we will probably see a real ruling on some of the pending discovery disputes sometime next week. No hearings are scheduled for next week as of today. And I think that was the info for right now. Yes. All right. So some breaking news on the lawsuit. Make sure you press the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Because once more, Ripple is not going with the flow. And I think this is really BS from the SEC side once more. They want to just make their argument stronger, which again is not really fair. Then again, Ripple would just say, hey, we don't want it. And most likely the judge or somebody would just say, well, you can most likely do it. Because in the end, guys, this motion to dismiss is most likely going to be disregarded by the judge. It's just a trial. They just try it, right? They're just attempting, but it probably will not work anyway. Jungle Inc. posted SEC wants help in finding evidence Ripple pumped the XRP price. This is actually true. I was, again, listening to this whole hearing, and one of the points they bring up is that they are looking for, influences of Ripple on the XRP price. I believe the only manipulator of XRP price has been the SEC themselves. As an investor, if you have been harmed by the SEC's aggressive and deceptive actions, please like and retweet. Now, I'm not going to do that, obviously, because, well, what's the purpose? Then again, he has a point. He has a really, really solid point. The SEC is trying to seek information regarding Ripple influencing the XRP price, and I personally think Ripple does influence the price in some way, shape, or form, but that doesn't prove anything. Because what it does prove is, well, they influence the price, but so can I, as a YouTuber, theoretically speaking, right? And so can Jungle, and so can Vitsavind from XRP Labs, and so can literally, as we just saw now, the SEC, because they literally had the biggest XRP price movement caused by their lawsuit than I have ever seen. That was literally the biggest thing ever. But then again, so can Coinbase. If Coinbase all of a sudden makes an announcement of a crypto, the price pumps. And that is the thing, guys. It's really difficult to say whether or not, a company has some influence on a crypto. Ripple is arguing that Ripple has no effect on the XRP price. I would like to argue that they do. Then again, in this lawsuit or deal, I think that's their best bet to go for it. Otherwise, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to defend that you have, that you're completely separate. If Ripple influenced the XRP price, it would be kind of bad. But I do think it does, though. I'm not going to lie with you guys. I do think if Ripple gets some really huge corridors going for themselves, people would just speculate regarding XRP. But then again, that pops with the question, what if Ripple does something really huge that has no, XRP usage in there at all? Then it isn't necessarily bullish for XRP, right? It shouldn't pump the price. And if Ripple gets something going for XRP, then it's not Ripple necessarily, but it's XRP that's causing an XRP price to pump. If a new use case gets built for XRP, it's not Ripple who actually gets it done. It's the XRP ecosystem which is being built, but I don't think it really matters by who then in that sense, right? Unless it's Ripple doing something for their normal practices and that influencing the XRP price. But I don't know. That's my thought process here, guys. I think it really proves nothing because the SEC literally was one of the worst things. Mr. B had another little response to that one saying, I am curious, SEC, when does the protection of XRP investors begin? If the current status of XRP being traded on selected exchanges is not a security, please let all exchanges know so we can begin trading again. Best, Mr. B. I would actually like to say one thing here. The SEC is doing a really dangerous game right here. If you think about it, they haven't issued a warning to exchanges saying, hey, you can't trade this, but they also haven't said you can. So right now, all investors in the world here are wondering if it is actually allowed or not. And again, that's because they have a lawsuit going on. But then it will be really odd if an individual can actually sue an exchange later on, because how could the exchange have known if we, as people who hold XRP, don't even know either? And the SEC literally said they don't know either, because otherwise they would have told the exchanges right now. Think about this really properly. Think about what I just said. The SEC doesn't know whether or not it is a security, right? They don't know, because that's literally what this lawsuit is about, to discover that. Then again, they say and they question that Brett Garlinghouse, Chris Larson, and literally all those involved should have known. But if they should have known, then the SEC should have known. And if the SEC should have known, they should have warned, which is one of Ripple's key defenses. And also, the SEC should then come clear right now to exchanges and whatnot that they really cannot trade it or cannot allow the trading. But they don't. So they're living it in the middle. And I think that's really odd. I still can't make my mind up about that one. Then XRP up 17% on hopes of Ripple IPO. To be honest with you, I don't really think that the price is up because of this lawsuit because of this IPO question. I actually think it was just poised for a breakout because it was poised for one. I don't think it really had to do anything with the IPO, because why would it, right? Why would the price go up because some IPO is expected after the lawsuit? That doesn't really sound logical to me, especially since we knew that this was happening anyway, so it's no new information given. Yeah, I don't know what that brings then. I don't know what the purpose of that is at all. So I don't agree with this one, just so you guys know. And then Trailblazing Cardano makes major strides in Africa. Pundits called $10 ADA price. I just saw this come by. I thought, hey, let me quickly share this with you guys. A lot of people are extremely excited about ADA right now because their Africa conference from yesterday. Oh my days, guys. On Twitter, it went completely viral. Really completely viral. A lot of people talking about this. And just a lot of people are really excited about them. They did go up a little bit in price, obviously, as well. If you have a good event, people like to speculate on that and people like to buy into it because of stuff like that. It didn't do as much as I would have kind of expected, but yeah, it's doing its proper best. And we don't actually say anything about a $10 price prediction in this article right here. Only this little small part. Following the recent trend, some independent analysts believe the vibrant altcoin, which currently holds 2% of the entire crypto market, has chosen a sustainable path and is capable of rising above the ashes of bearish runs to smash the $10 mark before the end of 2021. And there's a couple things I should say. What are the chances of Ripple winning this entire lawsuit? Depends on what you call winning, because I see that question quite often. If you're considering winning where XRP is not a security, I'm going to say about 95% in my opinion. If you're asking me where can the XRP price go eventually, I'm saying there's no real bound just like that. There's no real bound. And if you're asking me for the next couple weeks, months, I don't know, right? We literally do not know because there's so much stuff happening. For example, the lawsuit is going on, but it could also be what Bitcoin is going to do and if the bear market is really here. Same thing happens for Cardano. $10 per ADA is definitely possible, but we just do not know when. But it will happen at one point or another, in my opinion. But then again, I'm really bullish on crypto, and I believe most of these cryptos that we know right now will go at least times 10 in the near future. When exactly, I do not know, but will they do it? I firmly believe so. And then Cardano expands further into Africa to streamline vital services. IOHK has partnered with World Mobile Group. They will provide affordable network nodes based on the Cardano blockchain infrastructure. Charles Hoskinson says it will allow citizens to provide backup copies of important documents, and it's just really beautiful. The way that this is moving around the world, I think is all beautiful. Honestly, I just think crypto is such a beautiful thing, and it will keep expanding. XRP, world reserve currency possible. Cardano, maybe major coin, Polkadot. We don't know exactly which one will win, but they're all doing a really good job, and I'm loving the entire process, you guys. I'm loving it. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe, and I will definitely see you guys again in another crypto update soon.